Okay, now back to our guest, or to introduce our guest, Lillian Matanme. Did I say that correctly, Lillian?
Lillian Matanme.
Matanme. So the N is silent.
Yeah.
Okay, I should have probably
It's all right.
checked that out with you before we were on the air. But anyway, Lillian, you are part of one of the groups I love to point to as just superlative activists and exciting in terms of representing what the youth bring to the table,
Thank
and that
you.
is the Young Women's Action Team, which evolved out of mostly Sullivan High School and Rogers Park, right?
Yes.
What, 6 years ago now, or
Since 2003.
so seven?
Yeah.
7 years. I was close. So most of you have well since gotten out of high school,
Right, and-
but you maintain the organization,
Yes, ma'am.
and you're bringing up the young women.
Yes. We have associate members still in Rogers Park, and basically we're just recruiting new young females to carry on our group while we go off to college so the good work can continue.
That is great, and I like two things about that. While we go off to college, I like that phrase, and so that the good work can continue. I mean, it's a lot to get a volunteer organization off the ground, much less to keep it going. So I salute you and yours for doing that.
Thank you.
All these years. So when I got this flyer from your wonderful adult ally, Mariam Kaba, who keeps a lot of plates spinning in the air herself, I was just so fascinated, and I love to see youth-led events happening, and I'd like to support them. Can you describe what this Suspension Stories is about? The title is Suspension Stories, Challenging the School to Prison Pipeline in Our Own Words. This is, it's so serious of a topic,
Yes.
and so needing to be talked about, and here you are making a space for youth and adults to talk about it all day next
Saturday.
Next Saturday, okay.
Definitely. Suspension Stories is, youth ages 12 to 24 are invited to a series of workshops and discussion about how school discipline, policing practices, high-stakes testing, and the prison industry contribute to pushing students out of school and into the criminal legal system. So through our participatory action research project, YWAT is documenting the experiences of youth who have been suspended and or expelled from school. So basically, this project and this event is just calling all youth that either have been suspended or really want to see some type of change or really have questions about what is going on in their schools to come and talk about their experiences. When you go into schools now, it's a lot of police officers. It's a lot of strict policies in schools, and people wonder, like, okay, am I in school or am I somewhere else? You know, people don't really like coming to school. They're scared. They're not. I don't feel like it's a safe place anymore. And I'm not saying that it's really the point of what the school is trying to do, but I think it should be another way that they can go about it. So basically, Suspension Stories is just a way where students and youth can just talk back and learn about the school to jail pipeline and what it is and how they're really affected by it. And we also invite parents to come along just so they can know what's going on with their students. I mean, with their actual children that attend CPS schools, and just learn about this issue because we really feel like it's important.
Did this come about because of is it a broader coalition of other youth groups? Tell me who put this together, and then we've got to tell people that it's happening at DePaul, and we'll get to that detail in a minute. But how did this come together? I know there's a number of projects involved.
Okay, well, Mariam Kaba, who is our adult ally of the Young Women's Action Team, actually founded a group, Project NIA, and that works with youth in the juvenile system. So since we kind of work really closely with Miriam, so while we were doing our own work, which was our recent project, the CTA project,
Right.
we were actually like passing out flyers because that's when she just started her project. So we were really interested in it because it really does affect us, and a lot of our group members, our associate members, still are in CPS schools,
Right.
and they really are affected by this. So we felt, okay, well, you're doing Project Nia, we really do need a youth-led aspect to this project, and that's when Suspension Story started.
So I'm not sure if we have a good sizable younger person listening audience. I wish we did, because this
They can tell people.
you are making a call for involvement, and this is what this segment is about, is to get the word out. There's such a dearth, meaning not enough, for youth events of this type, where young
Definitely.
people can sit down together and talk about just the heart of the issue for
Right.
them, and the scariest stuff. And
Right.
for Chicago high school students, this is a reality that even if personally someone doesn't get in trouble with the system,
Right.
they know people who do.
Exactly.
And they see their best buddy go carted off.
Right.
And for all intents and purposes, that young person is lost.
Exactly.
Oh, it's just too much to even think about. All right, so back to you, co-sponsored by Project NIA, which is NIA, and it's you can look that up on online, www.project-nia.org, because I don't know enough to talk about that. Next time I have Mariam on the program,
Right.
I'll make her tell us, but you're basically inviting youth, which is everything from age 12 to 24,
Correct.
to these workshops and discussions about how high school discipline and policy, and what you said, high stakes testing, which is
Right.
a very good way to educate people about the effect of that. you know,
Definitely.
one test has
Right.
on your life.
People really are discouraged with ACT tests, with even the placement test to get into certain high schools. It's like, okay, I can't get into this high school, so what, am I not
Bing.
good enough? Am I? It really discourages youth and pushes them out, and we wonder why youth are, like, some people call us troublesome, or we just have issues, and they wonder why. It's because of these policing and
The realities of your lives. And our high school policies are, I mean, I'm sorry, CPS is a mess. It's a
Yeah.
mess for you all. And a lot of adults, I mean, I have no children, so I have to get it secondhand or through community work. And you gals, about 6 or so years ago when I first encountered you, helped educate me and also gave me great encouragement in the youth, because you were a group of young women standing up to issues of gender and harassment in
Right.
such an enlightened way, because you also invited your brothers to stand up, the classy
Definitely.
guys who understood it was not hip to just go along with the lowest common denominator and hassle women, young women in school and in the public way. And you've been a great inspiration to me. So any time that we can support and spread the word about youth-led activities, just give people a sample of the workshops, one or two that you think are interesting that are going to happen Saturday.
Oh, definitely. Well, we're gonna actually have two series of workshops. One from 1 to 2:30, the second from 2:45 to 4:45. The first half of workshops will be basically just introduction to from school to jail pipeline stuff. One of them are going to be led by Blocks Together. They're going to be doing introduction to school to jail pipeline, but that's for youth only. And then it's going to be another school to jail pipeline type workshop, and that's going to be run by Kofi. And then
What's Kofi? Oh, Kofi, Austin Peace Center. Okay.
And the second series of workshops are going to be creative workshops, and one is going to be by Marwin, and actually the guy's going to be Halesh, and he's going to be doing a really funky type workshop with shoes, and it's going to be awesome. And then the other workshop is going to be run by young Chicago authors, and they're going to be doing some type of writing collage, what they learned from the introduction to school to jail pipeline. And basically, it's just the second part is just for youth to really put their stories out there. And throughout the day, they're also going to be able to share their stories by being either on camera or actually recording their voice and telling their story. So we're really just trying to collect these stories so youth can really let us know what is going on, what is really going on. When you get suspended, what really happens? What do you really do?
Right.
When you get expelled, what really happened that made you get expelled? You know, things like that, like what's really going on. So this is just a day where youth can really share their stories, and we just really invite every youth, and we invite their parents just to learn about these issues.